Yo and hello everybody, Mike here, baseball collector, and it is Sunday morning. It's pretty early still, and I am obviously home from the National. I didn't put out my last day of recap yesterday, frankly, because I didn't have time. So this video is going to be probably a lot longer. I've got a lot of clips to show. I've got some final day, last second pickups that I did, and I'm excited to show those. But I want to start this video with what I think is something that gets kind of lost. You know, there's going to be plenty of time to criticize all the things that the National didn't do right and the things that you heard us complaining about throughout the week if you watched National videos. And what's sad is I think that fuels the idea of people poo-pooing on the National and not wanting to go because they hear that and like, oh, that's why I don't go to the National, because it's crowded, because it's this, because it's that. And while all of that is true, all I'm remembering this morning, all I'm thinking about this morning aren't those negative things. It's the positive things. And that starts with the people. The National for me is kind of the quintessential outpouring of what this community is about. It is the coalescence of as many people that can get there. And you may not see each other for another 365 days, but you hug and you give high fives and you show cards to each other and you're excited about pickups and you share things with each other. And it's a unique experience that if you don't know, you don't know. And I can't really get it across to you. You won't get it. But if you do know, it's why we all keep going. We'll bitch and moan and all that, and we'll go next year. No matter the thoughts of the negative things will wear off, and we will be encouraged by our friends to go next year, and we will. It's just what's going to happen. I wish there are some things that could be improved, and I think there will be a time for me to make a video about that. It's not now. What I want to focus on now is all the amazing experiences that I had. And, you know, I'm leaving yesterday and kind of saying goodbyes and stuff, and it's sad. It's bittersweet is the right word. But I had a great day yesterday. I got to hang out at Craig and Holly's booth and just sit there. I got for a while in the early morning, walk around a little bit, and I'm going to tell you a story because it's a really good story. But I'm sitting at Chris Sewell's booth, which I did a lot today or yesterday. Today's Sunday. Yesterday as well. Super fun. Just hanging out with him and watching him do his thing and be Chris Sewell and have people come up to him. And so we just were chilling and it was great. But I get up and I'm walking. I have to back up. On Saturday, we had an Uber driver. Lady was very nice. Took me and Garrett at the end of the day back to, the hotel. And I'm telling you, it was a crazy conversation. She's like, yeah, I happen to have this ball, or my husband has this ball, really, that he inherited from his dad, signed by Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, Tony Lazzeri, Herb Pennock. She didn't know these names, but she's like, it's a early 30s Yankees ball. And I'm like, what? Who has? And so she picks us up, and Garrett and I are both auto guys, right? And so we were like, that could be pretty good, You should come to this show and get it authentic, or at least have somebody look at it, bring it up here. You guys should come up here and all of that. And, her name was Stephanie. And I'm like, you should really do that. Like, that would be worth your time. And you'd get to see all this stuff. So we get at the end of the Uber ride, and I'd told her, like, that could be a ball worth 50 grand. It just depends on who's on it and the quality of the signal. You know, there's so many factors that go into it. Obviously, you guys know this. So get out of the Uber and wow, we just heard this crazy story, you know. Well, sure enough, the next day, yesterday, I'm walking through the show, and in the massive humanity that was there, I run into her and her husband and their 2 little kids. And what are the odds? I mean, genuinely, truly, what are the odds? And I'm like, you're my Uber driver. And met her husband, and he was kind of telling me a little bit, and I said, let's go. And so I took him over to meet Joe Orlando at Heritage, because I had told her about auction houses, and, you know, an item like that is pretty special, and you wouldn't want to just sell it to sell it. You'd want to get it professionally appraised, professionally great, you know, authenticated, and they'll do all that for you if you don't have, you know, they've never done any of that stuff before. That's what a great service that any real auction house would do. But I've kind of developed a relationship with Joe Orlando at Heritage, and I said, let's go talk to Joe. And so we walked over there and walked right up to Joe. He was so great. And he talked to the guy, and I stood there a little bit, you know, watching this interaction go on and letting Joe do what he does. And the guy was listening and bringing up, you know, answering some questions and things. The ball was pretty shellacked. Babe Ruth was on the sweet spot. It was, I mean, I got to see this ball, and super, super cool. It was absolutely awesome. Probably not in the greatest condition. Like, it's still a valuable piece. It's not maybe as valuable as I had maybe given them an indication that it could have been, depending on the condition, obviously. But Joe was super great to them. And I said I kind of was like, hey, I don't need to be here for all of this. Like, y'all, my job is to make the connection. And so I did. And I kind of left, and I went back to Joe later, and he said, thank you, you know, thanks for bringing him over to us. And I said, you bet. I mean, there's lots of auction houses, but I felt like you would shoot him straight, and he was shooting him straight. It was great. So just a cool, like, how does that happen? You know, the National makes stuff like that happen. And I guess it could happen anywhere, really, but it was special. It was cool. I'm sitting at Chris Sewell's booth. I'll tell you one other funny or great story. This is what this is about. These stories, these memories that we make, big or little, are what sustain us, or what keep us going. And I don't care if this is a long video. I'm just going to tell a story. So a gentleman named Tom, who watches me and Chris's channel, and he came up to the booth, and I was sitting there with Chris Sewell, and brings me this pack of cards. It's a 91 Topps pack. No big deal. It is a big deal. He had gotten this pack from a gentleman who had bought the box in 1991 for his son. And his son was in Iraq and didn't come home. He was going to give the box to his son when he came home, and he didn't come home. And so he kept this box all those years. And he gave the box to Tom, and Tom brought some of the packs to give to people that he watches on YouTube that he really likes and respects. I felt honored to be one of those people. I felt humbled to be one of those people. This pack will never get opened. I will always remember where I got this pack. I'll always remember what this pack represents. It's things like that you just, I don't know what else to say. Special, special things that happen at the National. You know, it's, my friends, so many of you guys that I met that I'd never met, so many people that came up. A gentleman came, I cannot remember his name, and I'm so bad with names, but he was with his son, and I was standing there with John, Wade Boggs fan. Who else was there? See, I can't even remember who was there because the moments kind of start blurring together, truthfully. It's not intentional, but for sure John was there. The other two guys are going to be mad that I can't remember, but so many interactions. But this gentleman has it with his son, and he says, hey, look at this. And he shows me he had built his own beast. And it's freaking awesome. I mean, that was the coolest thing. I was like, oh my God. He's like, you inspired me to do this. And it took me a long time, but I'm so glad I did it. And it's this awesome piece. And he wanted to, it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And he's not a YouTuber. He watches us and stuff. And it was so like, whoa, that is so awesome. And he loves it. And he's so glad. And I mean, seeing stuff like that, I show it to John, and John's like, I want to do that too, you know. And it was just, it was awesome. Like that, those kinds of things. So many of you that said hi, so many of you that were encouraging and said kind things. I truly appreciate it. Really, really. But you know, this was the 5th year in a row that I have roomed with Andy. She blinded me at the refractors. And to say Andy and a lot of guys, truthfully, but Andy, Garrett, JT, Mike, Eric, we've just built a great friendship, and truly something that's special. We all recognize that. Andy is my, like, I don't want to go to the National if I can't room with Andy. I would probably suffer through it, but you know, Andy's a known quantity. We were talking about this last night on the way home with Julie when she picked us up. Was Andy's a known quantity. Like Andy and I have stayed together at not just again the National, but other shows in Dallas and Burbank and Strongsville. So Andy and I, we get each other, and he's like my younger brother, and we tease each other and have fun, and you know, he's one of a kind, and means a lot. And then there's obviously Garrett, who we're so kindred spirits that we fight like don't fight. We tease each other like brothers. And then my actual brother was there with his son, my nephew, and you know, he was like, I just want to experience what you experience. I want to see these videos. He's not a collector necessarily, but he just wanted to see what all the hubbub was about. And he saw what all the hubbub was about. He saw the interactions with people and you know, friendships and all of that, and that it's our hobby family. He got to see all that. And so it was just, it's special. Eric, love you, man. JT, of course, just so many great people. Mike, Canadian Cards, probably spent more time not at the show, at the bar. Oh man, I'm drinking coffee because it's early. So the get together was amazing. If you saw any video from other people of that, it was just this awesome, awesome event. I'm going to show a bunch of clips from yesterday, and then I'm going to finish out with showing you my pickups and probably think of some other things along the way that I forgot to say in this segment, but that's what it's about, and I wanted to do that on the front from the jump on why it's a special event. So, all right, here's some clips, show you some cool stuff in a minute. All right, last day, got Andy, got Garrett. Josh is over there somewhere.
Josh is taking a different course than we are.
He is. It's early, and it's our last day at the show. Saturday, not a lot of money left in the pocket, but maybe can pick up a couple cool things. Kind of the day to say goodbye, day to say, see you guys next year kind of thing. And yeah, we'll see what we get.
How much is not a lot of money left in the pocket? Because I think me and Garrett said it's like zero for us.
I've got $166 left.
I have two $1 bills.
So not a lot.
So maybe between the three of us, we can buy lunch.
Right. Or the next Uber.
Yeah.
All right. All right, I'm here with Craig Halbig from Halbig Vintage Sports Cards. Every year, you're so gracious to me to let me come hang out with you a lot. I know a lot of people come visited you this year. How's it been this show?
Oh, it's been amazing. I mean, we've been deep, what, too deep? Seems like for the last, since the sneak peek started. I mean, it's just been amazing. Lots of set builders. I mean, you know, sometimes we have those podcasts we talk about, you know, maybe not with the set builders or maybe things are slowing down in the sports card world. Not even close.
Not from your experience?
Not even close. So, I mean, you know, if you're a sports card collector and you're buying sports cards as for fun or for investment or whatever, the market's really strong. So, I mean, it's a good thing.
How many man hours would you say, or woman hours, because your kids and your wife go into making this happen for you guys? Would you say the prep?
I mean,
thousands?
It's a full-time job every week. So, I mean, you know, we've really been hitting it hard since the Strongsville show. So I've got my friends' daughters that I, you know, pay them to come over hourly to sort cards. And then, you know, of course, the kids are pretty much, they're old enough now where they're out of it. So it's a full-time job. But, I mean, it always pays off. I brought more cards to the National this time than ever. And still, I mean, the inventory is just
getting bought away.
They sell so much, graded and raw, everything.
What'd you? Oh, they did a little PSA chant over there at PSA. Go PSA. You said when I walked up, you're like, I got to get more cards, like, because you've just sold so many. Is that kind of?
Yeah, I mean, I've sold a lot, and you know, on a lot of the past podcasts, I mean, I've got my own collection, and you hate to pull out of there. So I've got plenty of time. You know, I've got stuff at home that I can pull out, and hopefully I'll buy a few collections, and I'll get everything restocked. But I've got some time. I don't really have any shows until maybe the first of the year because I've got so many weddings this year. So
good deal.
Yeah, but it's been great meeting. I mean, I've met so many people. I mean, it's just, that's the best part of it. And we've completed so, you know, we talked about ringing the bell. You know, I didn't have the bell, but we had so many people so excited we helped them complete their sets, and that's just so rewarding. And they're so, I sold one guy a 59 Topps Gibson rookie.
Yeah,
it's the last card in his set. I mean, he was
giddy.
I told him he was tickled pink because the background of the card is pink. Right, that's kind of cheesy, but he was, I mean, really, I mean, they're so excited, and there's everybody showing each other what they got and their cards, and I mean, it's just, it's a happy place in life, I think, for a lot of people with everything else that's going on. So it's a good thing. All
right, well, let's take a look here. Thanks, Craig. Here's his booth here. Booths, I should say. He's finishing up, getting ready for today, for Saturday. So thanks, Craig. I appreciate you, man. Okay, Magic Hour is over. The public is flowing in. They've opened up. I was able to buy a couple of cards, actually. I didn't think I would this morning, but JT found something for me. Eric had something for me. Garrett found a card for me, so I was able to dip into the PayPal a little bit and take care of that. So yeah, but I am now, I'm serious, officially done. I'm putting it on video, done buying cards for this show. And it's been an amazing show. So I can't wait to show you guys later what I got. I might do my airport recap, but we will see. So yeah, it's awesome. Here's a shot of the Autograph Pavilion today on Saturday. Holy moly. And I just got this done, Mariano Rivera. Awesome. Here's Bo Jackson over here, over at his booth. Bo knows trading cards. Over at the Heritage booth, Lou Gehrig, game used jersey, photo matched. That's my man right there. That's awesome. Let's do a GoFundMe to try to help me buy this. Just kidding. It's awesome though. So many cool things. There's Jackie jersey, mantle, DiMaggio. Like, it's just ridiculous. Mays, Aaron. This stuff's just crazy. So Jimmy Fox over here, Johnny Bench. It's the kind of stuff you get to see here. All right. I'm realizing as I'm going, like, even during that long talk, you know, I get done, I'm like, I forget people like Dave and of course Josh rated rookie who's, you know, just awesome. And Joe Silver Jackify and Vince and just all the people, Chris from Missouri and Mike O and Ed Wesker-Griff and all these guys that I got to see and hang out with. I mean, just so many interactions. And then interactions with people that just kind of bring me stuff. A gentleman gave me this Nolan Ryan 5,000 strikeout pen at the get-together. I'm going to do this quick, guys. Dylan, Double D, gave me this awesome, he gave me one of his own Mag Pros from his own collection, 87 Topps Tiffany, Dwight Gooden All-Star card. Love it. It's my first Double D card. Guys like Kyle, who, if you don't know Kyle, he's a guy that's local to me here, and we've become buddies, and God, awesome. I got an Odom McDowell, you know. I got a Josh Hamilton. People that know my stuff. Here's a pack I haven't even opened yet of Rangers cards that I need to bust into. Let's see. Rocket Rick with Mantle. Josh gave me a Adolis Garcia Topps Now card. Sammy Thunder. See, this is, people think they know you. They know us, and they know what we love. And he gave me this 74 Rangers media guide with Billy Martin on it. Like, it's just crazy cool. I got a pack of, again, I haven't even looked at them yet. I haven't had time. Lou Gehrig stuff. And he was like, and I can't even remember who gave it to me, which is the sad part, honestly. But that, I can't wait to go through those. I got a Rangers first World Series, a Rangers win first World Series, Game 5. Like, it's a big moment in my life, and there's a card to commemorate it. And somebody, and I didn't have it, and somebody gave it to me. That's the kind of, it just so cool. Thursday night. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's right. Nope, Friday night. Sorry, Friday night. Getting my days all confused. I had the pleasure of going to the Dick Perez Diamond King premiere of the, you know, awesome documentary that they did on Dick Perez's life. And I went up to him and he signed my ticket. That will be kept in the Dick Perez PC. The movie, by the way, was fantastic. So when I hear when it's going to be released to the public, I will make sure to tell everybody so that you can go watch it. And I do make a little cameo appearance, and all my friends are teasing me about it, but I did, you know, because I'm a fan of Dick Perez. At the get-together, somebody gave me this as well. I'd never seen one of these before. I had no idea. It is a Perez Steel postcard analysis. I would actually call this kind of like a price guide. And probably the first or second, like, it says there's other issues, like this is a updated version of it, but it's on the Perez Steel Hall of Fame postcard set. I had Dick Perez sign the front of it. I mean, why not? I was with him. And inside of here, it goes through all the different players and how hard they are to get and how much they cost. And ironically, as I'm looking through it, a lot of the prices aren't that different. I don't collect Perez Steels because they're valuable. I collect Perez Steels because I love them. But truthfully, it's like a signed Billy Williams is $15. That's not that different today. Then this was probably done in the late 80s would be my guess. But I looked all over for a copyright and there's not one to tell me when this was released. But this, I don't know how many of these are out there. I've never seen one before. I didn't even know they existed. And so now I have one signed by Dick Perez. That was just a really fun night. And there were a lot of other Perez Steel guys there that love that stuff as much as I do. Speaking of that, I'm going to go through some items real quick. So I got 2 autographs at the show that I have back. Robin Yount's getting done today. But I got a couple of customs. Here's the Mariano Rivera I got done. These were not cheap autographs, but there's no other way to do them. I just, could I wait for a private signing? Maybe. Let's just get them done. There's the Mariano, and that is so sweet. And then I got the other one. I'm pulling them out of the card savers here because there's stickers all over the card savers. And I got the Pedro Martinez. Look how awesome that looks. And I don't think any of the guys doing these have these two guys yet. So like right now they're unique. I hope the other guys get them eventually, but right now I'll bask in the uniqueness of my items. And like, yep. Off to slabbing. While I was gone, Josh, a gentleman I've been doing a lot of business with for Diamond Kings, sent me a package. So these are all actually non-national purchases. But they came in. This was one I was going to get at the show. I was going to have Piazza sign this, but I paid way, way less for this already done than I would have for Piazza to sign it at the show. So 94 and then 96 Alomar. And I was going to get that at the show too, but I did not. Edgar Martinez, Eddie Murray, and Larry Walker. So these are all, like Larry Walker, this is older because he's signing up like this. He's now started signing normal. He used to sign up, at that vertical angle. So glad to add those. This was a card I bought from Eric, actually. It's this is a shockingly expensive leaders card. It's a PSA 5, 66 tops, batting leaders. You've got Clemente, Aaron, and Mays, so you can see why it's more expensive. You got 3 all-time greats there. Eric, I bought that from him. JT was running around and he texted me, hey, how much would you pay for a 66 tops Gaylord Perry? High number. I didn't own it because it's Gaylord Perry, but it's a high number, so it's always like, I can't believe I have to pay that much for a Gaylord Perry, but I did. I paid $100 for this in a PSA 4, and very glad to knock that one off the list. Get that done. JT brought me this and said, hey, I got something for you. He had put it in another deal. Who else cares as much about, I love the Eddie Murray 89 tops and an 8. I love it too. What do you think, Norman? Yeah, he likes it too. So, but JT got, it's not an expensive card, super cheap card, but JT thought about me. He grabbed it as made it part of another deal and gave it to me. Like, pretty awesome. I always struggle at the show. Really, this is at any show, at any time. I struggle between my two collections. I've got my autograph collection and I've got my card collection, and they're always battling each other for resources. They're always competing with each other for card dollars, for hobby dollars. And I love building both collections, right? You saw this week I got a lot of Perez Steel stuff done. I got some player era cards. So I got a couple more that I picked up the last day. And this one, Warren Spahn 64 tops. I would have loved to get some more Whitey Ford. I was going to get a couple more, but, well, stuff happens. But I did get this Warren Spahn. That's a dig on Garrett, by the way. So that's he's the only one that's going to get what I just said about Whitey Ford. But there's Warren Spahn, beautiful 64. And then this was, I was out of money, right? And so I borrowed cash from Andy and then PayPal'd him right after. But look at that sucker. Next year, Ichiro's getting in for sure. Like, he might be unanimous. It could happen again, I think, with Ichiro. And that is just, I didn't have this card. I had the card. I didn't have an autograph version of the card. And Hall of Fame, future Hall of Fame rookies is never a bad thing to pick up before they're a Hall of Famer. This was, like the Spawn was 50 bucks, I think. Just people like prices for some reason. 50 bucks for that. Yeah, all day. This was $3.10. And its card is authenticated by the 2001 Topps. Auto's a 10. And yeah. So that's a wrap for the National, guys. Will I do a video about some things that I think could be better for future Nationals? You bet. But I wanted this to be the good stuff that is really going to stick in terms of memories. And now I'm going to go rest my voice because I've been talking a lot for the last 5 days. So thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for following along this week. So many new subscribers. I hope you investigate the channel, go check out other stuff, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Keep collecting.